Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bird Brothers podcast. I am, of course, one of your hosts, Falcon, joined, as always, by my good friend Condor. How are you today, Condor?
I'm doing fantastic, Falcon. You know how
Why did you have that long pause? Very unsettling.
because I was debating on making a bird call.
All right. Well, he did not, but we are, of course, the Bird Brothers here today with another fun anime that Condor picked for us. Condor, what
That's
anime
right,
are we watching
everybody.
this week?
I picked today's topic. You know what we're watching. We're watching This Devil is a Part-Timer. We watched it because, well, they just announced season 2 recently. And,
Yeah.
of course, with the hype of that, I'm like, this is the perfect time to rewatch the first season of This Devil is a Part-Timer.
Mhm.
Or The Devil is a Part-Timer, whatever. Basically the same thing. I hate when they put random words in isekai titles, you know? This is kind of like a reverse isekai, though, you know? It's not like
Pretty much, yeah.
It's not isekai, but not
the usual isekai. It's a twist on it. Usually it's a human going to a fantasy world. We've got the fantasy characters coming to the human world.
That's right. Isn't that just so weird, Mr. Falcon?
So random.
So
it makes it interesting, though.
And we were actually contemplating, like, hey, why did they make a season 2 after like so long? Because the first season came out like what, I think 2011, 2012 or something.
Something like that, 8 or 9 years ago.
The reason actually we both just learned about the light novel actually just finished last year in August, so they probably just accumulated some funds. They're like, hey, let's make a season 2. Okay, let's do it, and then they did it. They made a season 2. Oh, it's still
it's in production. It hasn't aired yet.
At this point, it has not aired yet, but they do have a trailer if you want to watch it. Now, I'm wondering is if they're going to get the original voice actors for all the characters. It's been 9 years after all.
Hopefully they can. I really like the voice actors for this one.
I did. Did you watch it dubbed or subbed, Mr. Falcon?
I watched it subbed on Netflix.
I watched it subbed on Crunchyroll.
Nice. I didn't know it was on Funimation for a bit or Crunchyroll, but it's apparently on both.
Oh,
but yeah. I remember watching it originally on Netflix.
You can watch it dubbed, folks. This is also a dubbed anime. It is a fun one. I'll tell you that.
I think the first time I watched it dubbed.
When can you say you know that the great Satan from hell is the one who's working at your local McDonald's, huh? You can never say that.
Right, you can never say that. And he is their best employee, too. He cares about that job more than anybody really should.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah. He wants to climb the corporate ladder and take over the world in Earth by working at MgRonalds.
By controlling fast food.
That's right, because he knows the way to control people through their stomachs.
But honestly, I think McRonald is a better name than McDonald's. I just like saying McRonald's better. It's more fun to say.
Yeah?
But yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, you're wrong, so get out of here with your wrong opinion, Mr. Falcon.
I mean, I don't even like McDonald's anyway. Wow. It's there, but
yeah,
you know.
I don't like Taco Bell.
Well, yeah, that's because you're wrong. But we can both agree Kentucky Fried Chicken just Like, does people care about Kentucky Fried Chicken, except for the fact they're making a gaming console with a chicken warmer so you can eat Kentucky Fried Chicken while you game?
I just want to go to Chick-fil-A.
I mean, I ate Chick-fil-A last night. It was pretty good.
Okay, maybe we should stop talking about food.
Will it just make you hungry?
Yes! I just woke up an hour ago. Leave me alone.
Hey, then we should talk about our first character, the devil Satan himself, Mr. Sadaou Mao.
Hold there, Mr. Falcon. Getting ahead of yourself there.
I am getting ahead of myself.
The good folks, the plot of the story, the basis around it.
True. Do you want to tell them about that?
Oh, you know I do want to tell them about that. Of course, I totally have it memorized, and I'm not reading off of a page or anything.
You're totally reading it off the page.
The demon lord Satan seeks to conquer the world of Ente Isla by annexing its 4 continents with the help of his demon generals. After being confronted by the hero Emilia and her companions, after they have killed two of his four commanders, Satan and one of his generals, Al-Ciel, escaped the world of Ente Isla through a gate, which is like a teleportation thing, to modern Tokyo, Japan. That's right. As we mentioned, it's a reverse isekai. The fantasy characters come to Japan. What? However, due to the lack of magic in the modern contemporary world, both Satan and Al-Ciel change into forms representing what they would look like if they were human. In order to survive, Satan takes a part-time job in a fast food restaurant named McRonald, while Al-Ciel serves as a stay-at-home husband which is not what it says here, but I wanted to say it because that's what he basically is.
Yeah.
One day, Satan, who now goes by Sadaou Mao, meets a girl who is actually Emilia in the form of Emi. The story then unfolds and explores the personalities of each of the characters and their moral values. More characters show up from Anti-Isla, and they too face the new world dilemmas, often comically. That is a pretty good description of the show, wouldn't
It's
you
a very
say?
long
Falcon?
description of the show, but yeah, pretty good.
We got to kill an hour somehow.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
What?
Hmm.
But basically, as you could tell, just to summarize the summary, the demon lord and one of his generals transport to Japan, and they blend in, they work, which you could think maybe by the description, oh no, maybe he's starting to take over Earth now. You know, he's still Satan. Satan's pretty evil. Well, I guess you'll have to listen to our talks or watch the anime yourself to find out if that's the case.
Indeed.
And with that being said, Falcon, why don't we get into the characters? Woo!
Alrighty, so Satan, the devil, aka Sadaou Mao on Earth, is of course the main character. He is the devil. He comes to Earth and starts working at McRonalds because he needs a paycheck. He has to survive, you know. Why not work at a food place, which is probably also the only place that would really hire him, having someone with like no job history and
that
the
is
like.
true. My first job was a fast food place, so I know.
But he quickly likes the job and wants to rise up through the ranks until he can find some way to potentially get back home to Isla. He's very hardworking. He doesn't seem very evil or maniacal or like broody or anything at all. He just cares about like being able to pay his bills and make French fries, really.
Yep, all he cares about is just getting through each day slowly but surely. He is basically he's black. Is his hair black or green? Why can't I just?
I think I always thought it was more black. The wiki says slightly messy black hair with mildly unkempt, spiky appearance.
Whoa, like he has spikes or something, like the devil.
What? You talking about horns?
You know it.
Mm-hmm.
His affiliation is with McRonalds because he's a worker.
Yeah, he's also fairly charismatic. He seems like he's really, really smart. It seems like he's one of the smarter characters of the show as well.
Oh, this just in, everybody. Satan was born on June 23rd. Mark your calendars as Satan's birthday confirmed, according to this anime, of course, which is obviously correct in every single way.
Correct in every way, apparently.
There's no way you can doubt it if you read it online.
News
obviously,
to me.
June 23rd is Satan's birthday. Let us all hail Satan.
Well, if you would like to, feel free. If you don't, you don't have to. We're not endorsing anything here.
No, we're not. But if you do, you might get free French fries.
I mean, possibly. But yeah, so when he was back in his homeworld, he was very evil, wanting to take over all of the continents to kind of have the demons rule. We don't really know why. They never really tell us. That's just his thing, you know. And the church was trying to fight against him, of course, as churches do. But yeah, he's here. He ends up just kind of becoming a decent human being, just trying to live a normal, ordinary human life. Really, what do you want to say about Mal?
I actually really like him as main character. I'd say he's definitely the main character of the show, even though the show likes to sometimes focus on him, sometimes focus on Emilia, then a little bit focus on the other characters. But he's pretty good as a main character. He gets the Condor thumbs up of approval over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, he's good. He gets the good character development. Personally, I feel like he does really well, and he basically, as he goes through life in Japan at McDonald's, he understands, hey, you know what? Humans ain't so bad. I think I like them. I don't think I want to kill them anymore. There's many instances where he ends up saving some humans when there's like catastrophes, like earthquakes. That's not good.
Nope.
Like he basically, there's like a cave in it, like a restaurant he's at, and he holds up the rock so the people don't get hurt, and it's like, oh, look at the devil saving people. Wow. Yeah,
they were like at a restaurant in like an underground mall, and it collapsed on them, and he was holding up the rock so people could get out safely. But even when they have some people come in to try to kill him from the other world, he doesn't in turn try to kill them back. He tries to just like knock them out and leave. He kind of ends up changing his tune.
That's right, which is weird because it's just like here's Satan, the big baddie guy, who basically was trying to take over his world. making fries, taking orders, riding a bike, and it's just like, wow,
right.
fun stuff. Now, would you like to know a fun fact about our boy, the main character?
Sure.
His shoe size is 26.5 centimeters.
Yo, what is that? I'm gonna see what that is in American sizes.
Do it right now, because that's literally the only good fun fact here. Well, actually, I can read this one.
To shoe
Mao has a tendency to
size.
name his vehicles Doulahan. 2 of his bikes are named Doulahan, Doulahan 1 and Doulahan 2 respectively, and his mop is named Doulahan 3. Its name came from the Irish myth about headless rider with a black horse who carries their head under one arm, and from a Japanese proverb, to lose your neck, which means to get fired. Oh, that's actually kind of funny. If it's Mao's reminder that he should never allow himself to get fired, which that doesn't make sense, but whatever.
So his shoe size would be like a size 9.
A size 9. Oh, really?
Size 9 to 9.5.
He has little feetsies. He has tiny feet.
Yeah, I'm a size 9. He has my foot shoe size. But yeah, it's showing. I can't get it for completely because my browser's not wanting to load the right pages. But it shows like a size 8.5 is 24 centimeters, 24.5, and it looks like each like half a size goes up by 0.5 centimeters. So he would be like 9.5.
Very cool. Thank you for the fact.
You're welcome.
Well, I think we should move on to the next character. What do you say?
Sure. That should be Miss Emilia, aka Emilia.
The hero, the good guy, apparently.
Yeah.
That's right. But for our good guy, she has a pretty sour attitude. Why don't you tell us why, Falcon?
Right. So she does not like Mr. Satan here, of course. She is the hero. She's destined to kill him. But not only because she's the hero destined to kill him, he also killed her daddy when he took over her homeland.
Yeah, well, more like his generals killed him. He didn't really.
Well, yeah, but he's to blame. If he wasn't controlling the generals, they wouldn't have killed.
That is very true.
So she puts all the blame on him mainly, even though she knows he's not the one who physically killed him. But she chases him through the portal when he tries to flee because she doesn't want him running away. She wants to end it in the suffering. So she too gets teleported to Earth, where she gets a job as like a customer service representative, I believe.
That's
either
right.
Customer service or like telemarketer, one of those things.
I'd say it's customer service.
Yeah, because I think on one of them she's like, I'm sorry to hear that or something. So it seems that's it. She makes more money. She has better living conditions than he does. She really just doesn't like him and doesn't want to even consider getting to know him. But through their circumstances, she also is losing her celestial power, which is like the holy magic. So she also can't get home. So there's times where they kind of have to deal with each other and work together simply because they have to be able to survive. And with both of them running on low on their magic potential, they can't really defend themselves by themselves.
That's right.
But she's always spying on him to make sure he's not up to any nefarious deeds on Earth, because even though she has enough magic, she could potentially create a portal back home for herself. She wants to make sure he doesn't hurt the humans in Earth as well, because as far as she's concerned, she doesn't care where he's at. She's still trying to stop him no matter what he does. So she's constantly just following him around and getting confused. Yeah, spying on him, following him, keeping tabs on him, and getting very confused why he doesn't seem to actually do anything evil or make any evil plans. And in doing that, kind of makes her question whether or not Satan is really that bad of a guy.
Which is understandable, because you actually get the glimpse at her backstory, and you can understand her reasons, obviously, because her father was killed during one of the great commanders' onslaughts in Anti-Isla.
Yep.
And it makes her sad. She's like, oh, I have to kill the devil no matter what, so nobody else can suffer like I did, and
Indeed,
that's kind of bad.
yeah.
She is also, I don't know if you mentioned this, she's also half human, half angel.
I did not mention that. That is good to point out.
That is true. So that is how she is really good. And I think they said in the anime, she's the only one who can do it, because she's half human, half angel, because of her celestial force powers. Her birthday is November 9th. Oh! Whoa. Her shoe size is 23 centimeters.
Oof, I already had that page down. Mouse is what, 25, 26? So she'd probably be shoe size 7-ish.
What are these characters with small feet? My feet are 11. Jesus, dude.
Well, yeah, but
I feel like
on average, like it seems like, you know, Americans have bigger shoe sizes and stuff. We're usually a little bit bigger, so that may be just normal for them. Or maybe you just have big feet and you don't know what normal feet are.
Wow, that's
Sad
not
day.
nice.
I mean, I'm just throwing out possibilities here. I'm the possibilities man, okay? Just
Really?
throwing out all the
Well, maybe you
possibilities.
should account for the possibility that Emilia might like the main character, but she's just denying it. What?
This is not a harem anime. There's
Or is
already
it?
somebody else who likes the devil, okay? You can't be telling me that Emilia is like, I hate this guy, but maybe I love him. But no, I hate him. But no, he killed my
I don't
father.
know.
I hate him.
Her friend
No.
thinks so.
Listen, that friend whose name I forgot because I do not care about her. She's just a nosy busybody, okay? We don't need to worry about her. She's just like, you mentioned this guy. You clearly like him. No, he's my sworn nemesis. No, yes, no. We don't need to worry about her, okay? She's small potatoes in this world, all right?
But you're always with her. You're always with him.
The only reason she even talks to Emmy is because they work right beside each other, okay? That's it.
Oh yeah, well, you know what? I guess we'll have to keep watching the show when season 2 comes out to find out if they even get together, or if he gets together with the other girl who we haven't mentioned yet, or the even other girl who we haven't mentioned yet,
or the even other girl. Oh, I know that's not. There's not yet another one. There's just the 3. Okay,
the manager.
But did you know that Emilia's favorite food is curry?
Yes, I did because I read it in the same wiki page you're looking at.
You could have just played along.
I mean, what?
But all right.
She likes curry?
So crazy.
Whoa.
Never would have guessed.
Oh my god, dude, that's crazy. I hate curry.
Yeah. Well, I've only had one curry, and it wasn't a legit curry. I was at a friend's house, and they tried making the LeBlanc special breakfast curry from Persona 5, and it was really, really good, and I really liked it, but I've not had normal curry.
This podcast is not sponsored by Atlas at all.
No, but if you want to sponsor us, we want to turn it down.
We accept calls.
We accept calls. Yeah, email is on our Twitter. You can just go there, check it out, send us an email.
You can also join our Discord.
Yeah, join our Discord, Atlas. It's great.
Because if you join our Discord, you will see that our boy, Mr. Falcon over here, has resumed his streaming.
And we are streaming Persona 5 Scramble right now. So
totally not sponsored by Atlas.
Atlas.
Yeah, you know what they say. It's good. We're wholesome. We swear.
Try to be.
We're never going to get sponsored by Atlas.
No, we're never going to get sponsored by Atlas. They don't give a crap about me. They're just like, that Falcon guy, what a loser. Anyway, do you know who is not a loser?
The best girl, Chiho Sasaki?
Sure, we can go there next.
Yeah.
So, Chiho Sasaki is a high schooler who works at McRonalds with Mao, and she's totally crushing on him because he's really nice to her. And she's also the daughter. Wait, wasn't she the daughter of a police, like a detective?
Yes.
Yes, of a policeman, detective kind of guy. And
he appeared in the first episode.
Yeah, he arrests Mal and his favorite his most loyal demon general,
and
LCL,
he uses magic. And he uses magic on her father to make him speak about Japan so he can get to know it.
Yeah, and then he ends up working with Chiho, and they become really good friends. He's kind of like a mentor to her in some ways. He like helps teach her about the job, and all that stuff.
She has big boobs.
Mm-hmm.
For a 16-year-old.
I mean, maybe.
What do you mean, maybe? The anime points that
really
out.
Pay attention.
What do you mean? Did you not see the scene when they're like at the
I saw
park?
the scene. I'm just trying to keep it wholesome over here, you know?
What are you talking about? This is wholesome. We're talking about
watched
the human
show,
body.
I promise.
We watched the human body.
Oh.
It was a hamburger bra.
Yeah.
Swimming suit, bathing suit.
Okay, cool.
Which was actually really cute, by the way. I actually thought that was really cool that they put that in there.
Okay. But yeah, she's very upbeat. She is very outgoing. She wants to spend as much of her time with Mao as she can because obviously she's just crushing on him. Especially when she finds out that Emmy keeps like kind of following him around and knows who he is. She's worried about what's going on with Mao and this other girl who's always around, and then the other girl who's always around, and but yeah, she's fun. She's just kind of there.
No,
I don't feel
real
like she really affects the story that much so far. She's just kind of the person who can get captured to be like, ah, we've captured your friend over here.
That doesn't stop her from being the
No.
best girl.
She's the only human they tell about into Isla and whatnot, so they trust her enough to kind of let her in on their secrets and their history and
So
whatnot.
basically, this girl knows that her crush is Satan himself, and she
And she doesn't care. She's like, that's fine. He's not done anything evil over here. I'll just not pretend that stuff didn't happen.
And that's understandable because she's obviously seen how hardworking he is, and obviously you can't fake hard work. You really can't.
Well,
So that's how she fell in love with him. It's so cute.
I mean, even Mal's like really kind of hard. Like you see the first time he and Emmy meet, they don't realize who each other is at the start. But she's just standing there in the rain, and he just hands her his umbrella. It's like, if you want to throw it away, you can. And then he just bikes off to work.
And it was really sweet at the end of the anime when she gives an umbrella back. It was cute.
Yeah, I love where
it was cute. It was wholesome. It came full circle.
Yeah, I love how he makes a comment about the umbrella at one part. She's like, I threw it away like you told me to. And she just walks away. It's like, but yeah, Chiho, I mean, there's not much to talk about her, at least at this point in the story.
Well, actually, something that's not mentioned in that wasn't shown in the show, but it was shown in the opening, is that she's really good with archery.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't mention that, but they had it in the opening.
It looks
she was
like
in, the archery club, maybe it's still possibly.
Yeah, she was. It looks like in the description she does something with archery in volume 5 of the light novel.
Oh, okay.
About it. I'm not going to say what it is because it's a spoiler. Don't look at it because it's a spoiler.
But
she does do something with it. Yep. Apparently, Chiho is a first Dan Kyodoka as attributed to her belonging in her school's archery club. I think that means she's like one of the best in archery. Because if we go by March comes in a line, the Dan is your rank and something like that. So I think first Dan is literally the best. So she's good. She's good. She's cute. She's the best girl. Her birthday is September 10th. I just got spoiled of something else she is. That's great. She's still best girl, so I forgive her. Look, how can you hate that face? Editor, can you put her face on the screen for the YouTube video that's eventually never gonna go?
Yeah, editor, put her face on the screen right now.
Better be a cute face, I swear to God.
Oh, if it's an ugly face, oof.
You're fired. Not that we're paying you.
Right. Hopefully one day we can.
Maybe. All right, let's move on to the next character. Falcon, who is the next character?
We are going to talk about the most loyal house husband in the world, Mr. Urashiyahara, aka the Demon General Alciel.
Whoa, Ashia, the best stay-at-home house husband in anime history. His occupation is self-proclaimed house husband too, as it says on the Wikia.
Yeah. He's Mal's most loyal general, pretty much.
He was his advisor back in Anti-Isla, so yeah, I think that's why.
And they end up coming. He's the one who gets transferred through the portal with Mal, but he can't seem to hold down a job. He's had a harder time adjusting to the human world. So I think they say at the start that he had gone through 6 jobs in 6 days or something, so he kept getting fired pretty much immediately. So he researches how to get their magic back and kind of takes care of the house while Mal works at McRonalds and provides their income to live on. But because of that, he's always the one at home, pinching pennies, cooking dinner, laundry, and then going to the library to research things about how magic works on Earth.
He's just like really bad at finding a job.
Yeah.
Especially like near the end, I think it was episode 11 with the pyramid scheme, the pyramid scheme episode.
Yeah. But otherwise, he's very caring, very I guess responsible is probably
I wouldn't say responsible.
No, that was some later stuff.
Every time there's like action or like there's a fight, he's like, "I have come to help. I just had to grab my cape at home." And then Mao is like, "You missed all the action. How dare you?"
I was thinking responsible as in his
budgeting
money and all that sort of thing, and not. But then I was thinking, yeah, there's that time where he was really needed and he literally didn't show up, and then you find out why he didn't show up. It's like, wow, dude, really? Come on.
He's like the mom that you don't want to piss off.
Yeah.
Mom, can I have an increase in my allowance? What do you mean you want an increase on your allowance? We just gave you an increase last year.
I don't want that. I want a burger. Oh, are you gonna pay for it? What?
Oh, speaking of years, I think the first 2 volumes, which basically the first 2 volumes of the light novel covers the first season. I think that's like the span of 2 years, which is crazy because it doesn't feel like that.
Not at all.
Wow. I wonder how the other volume, because just as a heads up, I was gonna say it any later, but I might as well say it now. There's some spin-offs as well, but the main volumes for this, The Devil is a Part-Timer, is 21 volumes.
Oh,
and
dang,
and the
that's
first
long.
anime covers only the first 2. So, with that being said, yeah, that's fun. I don't know how much season 2 is gonna cover. I assume that probably the next 2, maybe we might even get to 3. I have no idea. But yeah, that's kind of bad. That's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying, Falcon?
Mm-hmm.
You do know what I am saying.
I know what you saying. Yeah,
That's right.
there's not much to him except for he's the overly loyal, caring, kind of servant to Mal. And that's pretty much it, really. So we want to move on to the next one.
Despite saying that he believes that humans are beneath him, he has a soft spot for some of them.
Yeah.
After making a crude remark about human bodies, he immediately apologized to Chiho about it. You know,
Mhm.
he just shows he cares, or maybe he learned to care for them as he has stayed on his time as Earth, like Mao. You know, because evil people can change. Personally, I believe no one is
I
born
think
evil, so that's the case.
Ashia really wants to go back home, but he's purely staying just because he wants to stay with Mal, and Mal is just like, I don't care. I'm cool staying here. Why do I want to go back home? This place is great.
Honestly, I feel like that might be like a big major plot point later.
I feel like it could be too, where he's finally just like gets fed up and wants to go home, and then Mal's like, "No, I need you."
And something like that happens. You know, I feel like that could happen. I feel like the way the anime was portraying it, it was like a setup kind of. I think they kind of hint at it a little tiny bit in some of the episodes. So I feel like that could possibly be like an Ossial retrieval arc or something like that.
I can see that happening.
All right, are you ready to move on to the next character, which is going to be Hanzo Urashiyahara?
Urashiyahara, aka the demon Lucifer.
Lucifer. So, Lucifer was believed to be dead, but he wasn't.
Nope.
No. He is Lucifer. He's a fallen angel as well. He was formerly an angel, but then he became a devil. His age is over 10,000. You know what I'm saying?
Or 18 in Japan.
Or 18 in Japan. You know, totally legit.
Yeah.
But he's a neat. That's all. Yeah. He's a neat. He likes to stay at home. He's a gamer. He's always on his laptop. I don't know how they said they bought the laptop through like a payment plan on their credit card, which is hilarious. Yeah. And then Lucifer just keeps like buying stuff. Like games.
Yeah, he's not allowed to like buy things, but he's always just like buying stuff and finding out later. And then Asha keeps getting mad at him.
It's funny because he's like to Asha at one point, if I wanted to buy something, I'd do it when neither of you were home.
Yeah.
Meaning he's not going to learn his lesson. He's going to keep buying things.
Yeah, there's that one day they have something delivered that he thought was supposed to be delivered when they weren't going to be home. So it's like, what did you order? What? It's like, I didn't order anything. And it's like, then why do we have this box from Jungle?
Jungle.
Yeah, instead of Amazon, it's Jungle, you know. But
I actually just got that.
Yeah.
I'm a little slow on the uptake. Jeez.
So he's always doing that. He always wants to play games. There's even an episode where they're going to investigate a place where a potential portal opened up from into Isla to see if they can get some magic back. And they find I don't remember if it was a PSP or if it was a Vita. It was one of the two. He was like, "Oh, if you're there and you see a Vita, totally bring that home with me." And then they realize he told them about this place because that's where he and another character came in from Inta Isla, and he knew he left it there. So he had them break into this room at the school that was supposed to be this mysterious, like, haunted room to get his Vita back, which they did not appreciate at the end.
That episode was hilarious.
I really liked that episode a lot.
I actually completely forgot the premise of it, and then it's just like, oh wait, I remember now. And then it shows them opening the door, and it's like all the chip bags everywhere.
Yeah,
and
just a bunch of like convenience store bags and empty like noodle cups and chip bags and everything.
Which is kind of funny because it's like, I mean, I guess we could talk about later in spoilers instead of now, but yeah, it actually brings up a good question. Maybe like a plot retcon or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. But anyway, he is cool. I bet he relates to most of the people who watch anime. That is a big call out. I know. I'm sorry. It had to be said though.
No, I mean, I feel like he's a very popular character, or I remember him being really popular simply because it's like, oh, that's me. But if I was a demon with magical powers,
I have a popularity poll we can look up. right after the next
Oh,
character. And would you like to talk about the last character for us, Mr. Falcon, or would you like me to do it?
I can talk about the next slash last character.
I get it. You're already tired of my voice. I understand.
No, it's fine. That would be Suzuno Akamazuki, aka
Susanoo.
Crestia Bell. She is a member of the Crusaders. Was it Crusaders or Templars? One of the two. Inquisitor.
She's
She
a
was the
chief
chief
inquisitor.
inquisitor.
Yeah.
And she is there to destroy the demon, or known as Satan. She gets sent there because they want him dead. There was somebody else from the church who came earlier on who tried to do that and essentially failed. But in doing so, people found out some secrets about the church that didn't need to come out. So they're wanting to have Satan get destroyed just so they can finally like confirm his death and that those rumors weren't true or whatever. But she's like their number one assassin pretty much.
Assassino.
And she ends up moving right next door to them at their apartment complex.
And
But
ends up helping them like with making food.
yeah, she kind of like wins their trust, thinking it'd be easier to kill them, but she also kind of has a thing for Satan herself.
Possibly.
So, you know, hey, that's what happens. She always wears a kimono, even
You sure
when
this isn't a harem anime?
maybe, who knows? But yeah, she's always wearing a kimono, even when Amy's like, here's a fashion magazine, read through it and buy clothes that look more like this. She just buys more kimonos.
And the reason for that is when she was studying about Japan, she studied in the not the modern era, but the historical era, more with like the
she just watched
shogis
like
and stuff
period
like
dramas from that era of Japan. So she thinks that's what she needs to be wearing, even though nobody dresses like that every day anymore. Yeah, otherwise, she doesn't. I feel like she doesn't really have much of a personality. She's just kind of there.
I actually thought the same thing as well, but then the more you watch, the more you learn about it. Like her backstory is really interesting to me, honestly. Like basically she works for the church as an assassin, but as she goes on, she learns that the church is really corrupted, and that kind of like influences the decision that has to do with like the devil. And after living with the devil and seeing that he's not actually really that bad, she comes to like understand and want to help the devil, especially with like the ending fight in season 1. So if you think she's just kind of there, well, you weren't really watching the anime, my friend.
I was watching the show, but like besides that, it's just kind of like she's just doesn't. She never really says much. She's just there to try to kill the devil, and she'll do that whenever she can.
She never really did though, other than like at the end.
Yeah, I mean, but that's really her only like time she felt she had like an opportunity to really do that. But there were other reasons for that as well.
And then the devil talked her down out of it very easily. So you could tell she never really wanted to do it because she felt like if she was doing it, it would just be following the corrupted church's will. She wanted to make her own decision, and she decided, you know what, the devil ain't that bad, especially after coming to Earth. He ain't that bad.
Yep.
So I think she was a very interesting character.
Yeah, I didn't say she wasn't interesting. I just thought her actual overall personality, when she's not doing things, is just kind of she's just kind of there.
I disagree, but okay.
But yeah. I mean, anything else you want to really say about her besides she cooks food for them and her goal at the start is to try to kill them?
She's cute.
Okay. Well, then that would be it for the characters of the show.
Wow, there is some side characters as well, but none of them are very important. There is a character that looks like James from Pokemon. The hair.
Are you referring to the Kentucky Fried Chicken manager?
I am referring to the Kentucky Fried Chicken manager.
Well, good deal.
He literally looks like James. I think I thought that.
No, too. Like the first, if his hair was just like a little bit more purpley, it would 100% be James.
Definitely, totally 100%.
But his hair is just more blue.
But yeah, there's some side characters like there's Mao's manager.
There's Rika,
Emmy's friend.
Emmy's friend,
the girl you said you didn't care about, but still looked up her name.
Well, I just saw it on Emmy's page after later on. No, not hers. Yeah,
yourself. It's fine. I think there's the landlady, me Kitty.
Oh. Yeah.
Who somehow knows about their devil powers. I don't know how.
She has to be a plot point later on because she even makes some comment about like Entei Isla at one part.
I love the part where they sent her a picture of herself in her bikini and everyone else just started freaking out.
Yeah.
And then they show at the end. I think it was Chiho's like, "What's this?" And then Mao.
Oh, yeah.
And
Mao didn't
Marcel
look
like,
at
"Oh
it.
God!"
He refrained from looking at it, and then he's
But he
at
looked at it
work.
at the end.
Yeah, because he's
Yeah.
at like work or whatever, and she's like, "I found this letter for you," and she like opens it up and like shows it to him or whatever, and he just like loses it. But
Oh, there was it was Susanoo who was gonna look at it, and then they're all freaked out. It was like at the end of one of the episodes. I laughed. That part was funny.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess
Yeah.
that's the area characters. Before we get into the music, though, the opening and the ending, we'll pull that
Mhm.
up. Falcon, pull that up. I have a popularity poll.
What?
Now, this popularity poll is I'm going to be doing this one a little different. It's based off of the novels. And it was actually held in the Discord server 2 years ago. So
Okay.
it's recent. A lot of these characters are characters we don't know.
Okay.
So I'm only going to mention the characters we do know. Okay.
Okay.
So in first place with 349 votes, we have actually before that, Falcon. Who do you think is in first place? Who do you think is the most popular character? Now I want you to. It's gonna be kind of hard to think based on we only saw like the first 2 volumes when these people saw like most of the volumes. But what do you think is the most popular character in The Devil Is a Part-Timer?
I'm between 2. I think I'm gonna go with Chiho.
In first place with 349 votes, we have Emilia.
Okay, that was a little surprising to me, but all right.
And then in second place with 342 votes, we have the devil himself, Mao. The first and second place were very close. Third place, we have with 229 votes, Lucifer.
Okay, he was the other one I was debating on for first.
In fourth place with 220 votes, we have Urashiyahara.
Okay.
In fifth place with 200 votes, we have Susanoo.
Oh wow, okay.
What the hell is this? Rika has 80 votes, but Chiho has 35 votes.
Wow.
What?
Okay.
What the heck happens? Does this Rika character get like
I don't know.
like a freaking like character development character arc later on?
Mm-hmm.
Why is Chiho 9th place? I don't know the other characters, so I'm not gonna name them.
Gotcha. Interesting. So I was completely wrong.
The landlady is in 15th place with 12 votes. That's about it for the character polls. Nothing else to say about that. So basically, Emmy got first place, which is understandable. She is the hero, and the devil got second place. It's very close. It's very close. So you might as well could say they're tied, but there's not really.
Yeah.
Tied. Also, the anime came out in 2013, not 2012.
Okay.
I apologize for the misinformation. By the way, there's also a manga of this as well. The light novel originally came first, but the manga was adapted in 2012. And in Japan, it was published in America in 2015. Whoa!
Good deal. Anyway, are we ready to talk about the openings and the endings?
Sure, why not?
Cool.
I'm not doing anything else with my life.
So the opening theme is Zero by Minami Kurubayashi. And it's also the ending theme of episode 2.
Wait, what?
I liked Zero. All right. It was a pretty good opening.
We're talking about the opening, right?
Yeah.
It's the ending of episode 2?
It is also the ending theme of episode 2.
I guess I must forgot that. I really like the opening. Actually, I'm a little biased on this because I actually watched this. This is one of the first animes I watched to get into anime when I was a kid. And I really liked the opening. Obviously, rewatching it, I didn't think it was that great. Like, it's so good. But like, mostly the goodness part is from nostalgia. I like the visuals. I like how it's like the characters getting ready for work and everything. Right. And then I like the scene where it shows Satan just sitting on his throne. Then he looks to the side and it fades away to the window. And he's like looking outside in like his apartment.
Yeah.
I really like that. Again, I'm really biased, so I love the opening, but I can understand it if most people didn't like it. Like if you didn't like it that much. What did you think of the opening, Falcon?
I liked it. I don't think it's definitely on like a greatest anime opening list or anything, but it does the job. I enjoyed listening to it. I don't think I skipped it any of the times it played. I never just watched the opening. I will every once in a while, but it usually has to be just really bad for me to skip it, or to be like an episode where like it ended on like a really big cliffhanger and I just want to cut to the action as quick as I can, then I'll skip through it.
I-
But otherwise, I don't. You know, it was good. I enjoyed it.
I skipped the openings for Kirko because Netflix made me.
Yeah, I mean that's the hard part about Netflix. Sometimes is it would just skip over automatically if you were
I'm like, it's already auto playing. I don't want to just press the button and go back. It's just doing such a
Right.
good job on its own. Look at you go, Netflix. Yeah. But yeah, the opening, I'm biased. I really love it, but I can understand it's not great to most people.
Mhm.
And the ending theme.
We actually have 3 ending themes.
What? I thought there was
Well,
only 2.
No. So, well, I mean, technically 4 if you count the opening as the one episode it was an ending. But the openings for episode 1, 3, 4, and 6 onwards is called Gekka or Moonflower by NaNoWriMe. Then we have, they're all by NaNoWriMe, by the way. Then episode 5's theme is called Star Chart, which is by NaNoWriMe. And episode 13 has its own ending theme called Sumabiki Hitori, also by NaNoWriMe.
I think I only remember the first one, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't really remember the other 2.
Right.
Granted, just to give everyone a timeline, we are recording this episode a little later than usual.
Mhm.
We both had a lot of schedule conflicts.
Conflicts.
Mostly, I just got a headache and I couldn't record. So my apologies about that. So it actually has been a week since I've watched the
Mhm.
Devil as a part-timer. I'm sure the same can be said for Falcon here.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember the other 2 openings. I only remember the opening, and it changed the visuals. One was Chiho at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
It was Chiho jamming out like on behind a wall with
Right.
some headphones on. Though that's the only ending theme I remember. So I apologize for the other 2 ending themes, but I do not remember them.
Yeah, so I think the one with Chiho at the beach, I think, was the main one. I think that was the Moonflower one.
That was the
Star
Moonflower one.
Chart, I think, was the one where she had the headphones on and she was against the wall.
I thought you said Moonflower. The first one was 1, 3, 5, 6, and onward.
1, 3, 4, 6, and onwards. Yeah.
So that means like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 as well.
Yes.
Onward. Yeah, so that's the only one I remember because it showed her at the beach and then it showed her on the wall. That was the same ending theme, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I thought the wall was a different one.
I could have sworn it was the same, but it was just a different visual.
I have a feeling it's not. I feel like that's one of the separate ones. NaNoWriMe has a very distinct voice. And I feel like if you hear one NaNoWriMe song, they all kind of like blend together. And that's not a knock to her because she does an opening I really like for another show called Hanasaku Iroha. But I thought they all were kind of the same song with different visuals too. But I actually think that it wasn't. I think they started off similar and that's just the different visuals meant it was actually a different ending.
I don't remember. It doesn't really matter to me. I like the ending theme I listened to. It was chill. It wasn't the best, but it was chill. I could honestly probably vibe out to it while I'm just like reading or something or just relaxing. It was just not really. It was really good, and it had Best Girl in it. So how can I hate it?
Yeah, NaNoWriMe was always really chill. I like her, but I feel like all the endings did seem kind of samey for this one, so I don't really have a really opinion. I enjoyed them. You should listen to them; they're good. But nothing stand out really.
I think I might have just skipped the ending theme a lot. That's probably why, because it wasn't the best. That's probably why I didn't see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I only remember watching the ending theme twice when it was the beach and it was the headphone wall.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for the music.
Well, the general music of the anime was fine in itself. I don't really. It's not memorable, but it was good.
Not at all.
It was fine. All right. I guess that's that. Moving on. I think next is our weeb question.
It's our weeb question, yes.
Oh,
and this
boy. So
was very hard to come up with one, as we were finding out this morning.
So basically, what we decided is a lot of the questions could be is preferenceable. There's not really like opinionated or basically the answer is kind of common. One of the questions thought of was, would you live on Entai Isla? And just in case people haven't been picked up from what we talked about, Entai Isla was literally a place where the demon lord was killing everybody.
Yeah, the church was not winning at all. Like he was just destroying everything pretty much.
And the church is corrupt. So obviously any sane person would say no. And then another question is, would you work at McRonalds or would you work at Kentucky, which is the competitor that opened up recently? And that's basically if you would rather work at McDonald's or Kentucky Fried Chicken, if you prefer burgers or fried chicken. Yeah. Which actually is a tough question, actually.
I mean, I'd probably say McDonald's because you could get chicken nuggets, which isn't like fried chicken, but you can still get chicken.
Well, I'm McDonald's biased, so yeah, I choose the same thing. But honestly, it's it's up to preference. So the question we
Right.
chose is basically a funny one because we really couldn't think of anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So Falcon, take it away.
All right. So would you fall for the same scam as Urashiyahara did, aka Lucifer?
And what scam was that, Falcon, pray tell?
All right. So this guy comes and knocks on their door and is like, hey, I got all this stuff you can buy in bulk for dirt cheap. And it's a bunch of stuff that you're not going to really be using that often. You know, it's kind of junk that you would see like on TV for, you know, oh, you buy 5 and we'll give you 10 for free. And you're like, hey, why not? I'm probably not going to use it, but it sounds great. So he falls for this scam, signs this contract that he's buying all of this stuff. And they have so much that they can't even fit it all in the apartment. It's like in the apartment, out in the hallway. I don't even remember what all of them are. Like, I think one of them was like an air freshener type thing. And then another one was like some weird towels or something. I don't remember everything about it. There's like a water purifier, I think they had to have.
I think there was a water purifier.
Yeah, because that was when they called to return it. Like, oh, well, we can't uninstall it, and you know, it's already been installed. It's your sorry. Yeah, it was a bunch of
I didn't even know it was
things.
installed. When did it get installed?
Apparently, when they delivered everything. Apparently, I think when they called, they said that was installed upon delivery, so we can't return it. Yeah, it was just a bunch of random stuff that pretty much used the rest of the money they had for living expenses for the month. And which ties in because when Mal calls to try to get their money back for it, that was the day that Ashia had a job and he was the customer service rep, denying them all the returns that they needed to do.
Which is why I said earlier that Asha has like a really bad sense at finding jobs because he just always picks like the wrong ones or he just doesn't, or he gets fired.
Yeah, which I think just means he was a bad employee at the start, like transitioning to how to be like a human. I feel like he just couldn't figure it out.
Was that?
I want to say like maybe episode.
Oh, 8? It was the last one. It was the last one. It was 13.
Was it the last one? Okay.
Yeah, because here we go. Later, Emmy notices numerous boxes being delivered to Sadaou's apartment. Which
that's right.
Stuff. So it was the last episode. It just didn't feel like it. And we're not. And honestly, when I say that, I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying that as it's like it's just this anime as much
weird
as we talked about
episode.
It suits the anime, but basically as much as we talk about demons and fights, this is actually a slice of life anime. It's actually pretty chill. It has its really good moments, and this is one of them. Basically, let me see if it has the stuff here. It says. I don't think it says what they are. No, it doesn't. But it said in the anime. But it's basically a lot of useless stuff that no one really wanted, and there was no way to sell them back. So luckily they cheated and they got their stuff. Well, they didn't cheat, but they used the law. They used the
loophole. So since they registered Urashiyahara as 18, he is not old enough in Japan to sign a contract. So they were able to pretty much be like, hey, this contract is invalid. He's not old enough. And they were able to get all the stuff taken back. But yes, Condor, would you fall for the same scam that Urashiyahara fell for? What?
No, I'm not an idiot. No, I'm not an idiot. No, I'm not an idiot.
No.
No.
I don't think I would either.
Would you? I think you would.
Am I that much of a pushover to you?
Yes.
Oh. I don't know.
You did give me pizza money after the stream. Yeah.
Yeah, but I had agreed. Not after this stream, no. I gave you pizza money before. But that was because we had a deal and I lost the bet. So I gave you the pizza money.
Wait, what was the bet again? I actually forget.
You asked me a question on what I thought was going to get announced at like a direct or something. Or if a certain something was going to be coming. And I was like, no. And then it did. So I was like, all right, here's your pizza money. Okay, I don't remember exactly what it was, but I gave you the pizza money because I told you I would.
We got to do it again.
You keep asking me for pizza money like every day. You're like, Falcon, give me more pizza money. I'm like, I already gave you pizza money.
Give me more pizza money. And you didn't even buy a pizza with it.
You did it. You went to like Five Guys instead because you're like, Five Guys is better. Money for a pizza, not for Five Guys. You didn't ask for Five Guys money. You asked for pizza money. And here you are getting Five Guys with it. Oh my goodness. Never again. Anyway. Therefore,
guys,
Condor
if
said
you
he would
want
not fall for
Falcon
the
to
scam.
give Condor some pizza money, please leave a like on this video. Please join the Discord and at Falcon in the Discord, be like, give Condor some pizza money.
If you at me about giving pizza money, I will just ignore it. It will not exist. It will just disappear majestically into the ether that is the internet.
I will make sure I screenshot it and I send it to Falcon every single day DM.
Oh my gosh. Then I will block you everywhere and the podcast is over.
No!
What?
Oh, over pizza money.
Anyway, we've talked enough about scams, like scams are scams.
Yeah,
You're gonna
let's
fall
talk
for it, you're gonna fall
about-
for it. So let's talk about our favorite moments.
Okay, so do you want to go first, Mr. Falcon?
I assume that I can.
You may, as long as you
Okay.
don't fall for my scam.
If I don't fall for your scam. What is your scam?
I'm like, why would I tell you?
Because then I would know what I'm falling for.
Nah, say your favorite moment right now.
Now I feel this is a scam and I really don't want to, but I guess I will. I really like the episode where they go find Lucifer's Vita for him. That's just fun. That was a good time. So as far as like episodes, that was probably one of my favorites. I do like also like the moment where Emmy keeps falling down the stairs, because I thought that was just a fun recurring gag that she just keeps falling down their stairs.
It wasn't just
I don't
her,
know what
though.
makes
Susano also fell down the
Yeah.
stairs once.
Yeah, but Emmy keeps doing it all the time. I don't even know what's particular about his stairs, but I like how he's either like, our stairs are tricky, be careful, and then like she always, like every time she comes over, she falls down the stairs. I just thought that was funny. What's a favorite moment from you, Condor?
So I'm gonna say the first episode. This is what made me really love the show, is the episode where so basically, obviously, the characters, here they are. They just came to Japan. They have their magic. They need to save it so they can use it for emergencies or stuff like that. 1 second. Jeez. Sorry, I had a Gatorade before this for the recording. And then he's working at his job at McRonalds, and the fry machine stops working. The fry machine just stops working. He's like looking, oh god, the fry machine isn't working. He looks at his hand. He's like, should I use my magic? Is this considered an emergency? I when I saw that the first time and I saw it again, I literally died laughing.
Yeah. Because isn't he worried that he's going to get fired for breaking the machine?
Yeah,
and it's like a day that their special like featured item is like special seasoned fries or whatever.
He's like, do I use my magic? Like looking all like serious, looking at his
Yeah.
hand, and he's all like panicking. And then the manager comes behind him.
Yeah, she's like, oh, did the fryer break? Don't worry, we'll call the repairman. It happens. And he's just like, what?
That's how I knew I was gonna love this anime, just from that scene. You really, a lot of what animes really have to do is they have to put a scene like that, like not like a comedy scene, but like a scene that fits the premise of the show to make people hooked into it. And honestly, that fry scene was what really got to me, because you have the whole time it's being so serious, and then boom, the fry scene happens. But yeah, because of that scene, that's what made me really like remember this show and really love this show a lot. That was a good one.
I'm trying to think, since it's been a little bit longer. I'm trying to think of what scenes I just immediately remember.
The alligators, when they're
I was thinking about that one too. Yeah, where all the alligators get out because the monkey stole the key to the cage or whatever.
Monkey stole the key to the cage.
Darn monkeys! Can't
who's
trust
the
them.
same name as Madao.
Yeah, his name was Mao.
Mao. I don't know why I was gonna say Madao. Jesus, Sadaou Mao. God, what a hard, confusing name. The same name as Mao, and then basically Mao's doing deliveries, which is weird that McGronalds. I mean, I guess it wasn't weird, but
the McRonalds was in the theme park, so they were in the theme park at like a McRonalds, and he was delivering it to the employees at the theme park. He was filling in for that store for the day because they were going to be short staffed, because there's like a new ride I think opening at the water park, or it was like the first day it was open like for the season, and they were going to need extra help. So he gets sent, and so he's been working there. And she's like, "Hey, can you deliver some stuff to the other people who work at the theme park?" He's like, "You got it." So he used to go around delivering burgers. And while he's delivering the burger to the circus people, the monkey's like, "I'll take this key right here," and goes and unlocks the alligator tank or whatever.
Yeah, and the alligators start attacking, and Malk steps in. He uses his powers instead of using his. Well, so basically, since he's the devil, Mao and his subordinates, Ashia and Urashiyahara, they feed off of negative energy. When they get negative energy, they get magic back. So obviously people are panicking with all the alligators around, obviously. And so like, this is the perfect time to get magic. So instead of obviously being evil and using his powers to be evil, he does good, and he makes the alligators follow him to be put back into the cage. Yeah. And that's honestly, that was Susanoo was there. And that's like part of when she understands, hey, devil ain't really a bad guy. You know?
Yeah. That's what she's like. Oh, maybe he's
why
not
did he
just
do
evil.
that? I don't understand. Being so conflicted in character development. Oh no. But yeah, I like that scene. What's another scene you like, Falcon?
Ooh, I like the scene where Ashia is at the Kentucky Fried Chicken gathering intel on what their food is like and what their menu is. And then he overhears Emmy and them saying some like negative things about Mao, and you just see him immediately stand up and like yell at him, which then leads him over there talking with him because they say they'll buy him the rest of the food he needs to eat if he'll give them like intel or whatnot. I like that scene a lot. I thought that was a lot of fun.
You know, you mentioned that scene just reminded me. Now I think I know why Rika is more popular than Chiho. Because Rika has a crush on Ashia.
He does, and
Which
I
is
like that was a fun scene too, just because he's like he's so down on himself, like, oh, he's out here making the money, and all I'm doing is taking care of the house. And she's like, yeah, but you doing that means he doesn't have to worry about it, so he can just go make the money. Like she points out how that's actually important, even though it doesn't seem like it would be, or is it the most like I'm can't think of what I'm trying to say.
Their scam is working.
Glorious job type deal thing. It's not doesn't get a lot of recognition or a lot of glamour to it, but it's still important that he takes care of all that stuff for Mal, which is a fun.
Well, yeah, because obviously working and then taking care of a house is really hard.
Mhm.
I've seen it firsthand, so
Oh yeah,
we've all dealt with it. Obviously, it's really hard to like because obviously your house isn't gonna not get dusty when you're not here. It'll still get dusty. You'll have to clean it. There's still gonna be dirt everywhere and stuff. So the fact that Ashia takes care of it and Mal could just focus on work, it's like a tag team duo, which is why he says he's the self-proclaimed best house husband of all anime.
right.
I
mean, everybody gets it even if you live alone and you're having to work to like support yourself and take care of your house. Not fun, not easy, very tiring.
So basically, I think that's why Rico was trying to tell him, like, "Hey, that's good." And then Ashia, I think he thanks her, and then she ends up like blushing a little, like, "Oh God, he's so cute."
Yeah, she ends up kind of getting a crush on her.
That's probably gonna come up later, maybe.
I did see one of the fun facts that he eventually finds out and realizes that she's crushing on him, but he appreciates it.
Falcon, are you spoiling yourself?
Maybe. I was looking for fun facts and I saw that one. It's like he acknowledges that she's crushing on him.
Wow, I might as well just spoil you right now. Right?
Oh no. Man, I mean, who knows?
Yeah. Any other fun moments, Falcon?
Not for me. What about you? Any other fun moments, Condor?
How can you not think of any other fun moments? What's wrong with you?
It's been a week since I've watched the show.
How dare you?
And I also have only been up for a couple hours at this point.
I really liked the episode where basically I think it was like one of the first times Kentucky was around and they were dead. And I think it was Tanabata at the time.
Oh yeah.
And Mao like calls like a guy he knows who he worked for community service. The devil doing community service, by the way, you know? And he offers him a bamboo tree, I think it is. I think it's a bamboo tree. And they start like hanging things from it for Tanabata where you hang your wishes and it attracts people and it makes them come. And I thought that was really sweet and it was wholesome. It was a really nice highlighted scene. I really liked it. You can tell I really like this anime. I really do. I actually really enjoy it. I enjoy this anime a lot. It's a good anime. I mean, this anime has all its different types of good moments and bad moments. You'd have to just watch it yourself to pick out your own. Maybe you'll share some with us. Maybe you'll have your own. Who knows? Maybe you'll think Chiyo's not the best girl, and then your opinion would be unfactual and incorrect.
I mean, she did rank 9th in the character poll.
I'm sorry, she's not interesting like other girls.
You know, that's fine. So I guess if that's all we have for that, it's down to if we would recommend this show or not.
Oh well, why don't I lead the charge here?
All right.
Would I recommend this show? Well, considering that this is one of the shows I got into when I was first getting into it, honestly, the title is just enough to grab you. This devil is a part-timer. What does that mean? Why is the devil a part-timer? And obviously, that's what grabbed my attention and what got me into the show. And that's how I started watching it. That's how I started loving it. It's only 13 episodes, so it's very easy to watch. You could literally bang it out in a day, probably like 4 or 5 hours if you have the time. It's very friendly to beginner anime watchers. It's also very friendly to veterans. Honestly, when season 2 got announced, literally most of my anime pages that I follow on Facebook were like literally going, "Oh my God, season 2. So if you haven't heard about this anime from at this point, you might as well do yourself a favor, go check it out, because it's a really good anime. I'm actually going to rate this anime an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
because it's really good. It has good comedy. It has good action. It has good character development. Honestly, honestly, I mean, other than I feel like Asha didn't really get good character development this season. I'm sure he'll get some later, but I feel like Mao, Emmy, Chiho, why do I always forget the freaking kimono girls? Susanoo. They got maybe a little bit Lucifer. I'm not sure about that, but they all got really good character development, which I always love character development in anime. It's always good to see. I'm literally looking at the character with the most character development I've ever seen in anime right now. But
Are you talking about Subaru?
yes, I am. If you have at this point in the recording, there's only one more episode left of season 2.
Oh,
And
so I mean we're doing a ReZero episode soon.
We might actually expect it, but I'm giving it 8 out of 10 because of everything that I've mentioned. It's good. I recommend it. So that's my rating. 8 out of 10. Go watch this anime if you haven't. It is definitely anime. You can watch it on Crunchyroll. I assume you can watch it dubbed on Netflix. Is that an option, Falcon?
So depending, it's leaving Netflix at the end of the month.
No,
I watched it and it defaulted to sub. But I don't know if there was a dub option. I didn't really care. I was fine watching either one.
Well, it's subbed on Crunchyroll. I guess it's only on Netflix for a few more days.
Yeah, if it's after March 31st, no longer on Netflix, unfortunately.
It's dubbed on Funimation, so you can watch it there. You can also buy it on Blu-ray as well. So that is my rating. Falcon, what is your rating about this anime?
Alrighty, so I agree pretty much. I think it's a good anime to, if it's like your first anime recommended or for fans. There's a lot to like about it. But I think my biggest problem is, for me personally, it's not the most memorable anime. Like, when they announced season 2 of Devil as a Part-Timers coming out, I honestly forgot that it existed. Whether that was because, like, it was just old and I had other memories in my head or whatnot. But that's my biggest complaint. But I think it's a good one to watch.
That's very controversial. I don't think I've heard anyone say that.
Like, I genuinely did. I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch that show. I enjoyed it. Cool. Season 2 is great. But like, I genuinely did not remember it whatsoever. So I was glad we watched it before season 2 airs because I want to watch season 2. But I don't feel like it's a must watch. And I know that's a hot take. But I would probably rate it like a 6.5. I think it's definitely better than like your average anime. But even now, like, I watched it last week. I think I finished it up last Thursday. We're recording this on a Thursday. I still don't remember anything but like the main major beats, like coming up with like favorite moments. It's like, oh shoot, what was that one, something that I actually remember happened in the show that wasn't just like the main plot line going on. Yeah, so I'd say probably 6.5. I think it's good if you like isekai, if you like slice of life, so definitely give it a shot. But I don't feel like you have to watch it.
Yeah. Okay. That's your opinion. I'm not here to correct you. Everybody who's listening to this, please tell Falcon how wrong he is.
I mean, feel free.
All right. Well, I think that concludes that. Maybe we should talk about the next anime we will be watching for the podcast, Falcon. It is your turn to choose.
All right. So we're choosing this week. And March is a very weird month for me gaming-wise because we get Harvest Moon that came out early in the month, Harvest Moon One World, which is actually the better, like probably best Harvest Moon Natsume has made since the split. But we also get Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town.
So you mean we're watching Animal Crossing?
We're not watching Animal Crossing. No, we're watching the Harvest Moon anime. It's not really the Harvest Moon anime, but pretty much if Harvest Moon was an anime, this is what you would get. And that is called Silver Spoon.
Silver Spoon?
Silver Spoon.
I can go get a spoon.
It was made by the person who made Full Metal Alchemist. So it's good.
I mean, that's opinionated.
That is opinionated. But I mean, come on, let's face it.
Full Metal
Alchemist is still one of the most popular animes of all time. So like, you can't like not assume it's not going to be at least somewhat good. But that's what we'll be watching for this next week, for the next episode, Silver Spoon. Hope you can come out to see that. Otherwise, anything else you want to say before we end it all up?
I want McDonald's.
You want McDonald's now? Okay, understandable.
All right. Well, I guess with that being said, goodbye, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our episode of The Devil is a Part-Timer. I'm sure long down the line, if we're still doing this podcast, in a year or two, which hopefully we will be, we'll cover season 2 when it fully comes out.
Yep.
I'm sure season 2 is only going to be like 13 episodes as well. I don't think it's going to be like 25. I assume because the budget, and considering it's like a 7-8 year gap since the 1 and 2 comes out. So yes, we will definitely cover season 2 when it comes out full. So with that being said,
all right,
my name is Condor.
Yep, and I'm Falcon, and this has been the Bird Brothers podcast, where you can find us on Twitter at BirdBroPod. I'm streaming on Twitch now with a new name. You can find me on twitch.tv/BirdBroFalcon, as well as Twitter and Instagram as well. So we hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you're mad at me, hit me up either through Bird Bros or personally. Let me know that you think I'm an idiot. I'm cool with it. Also,
okay, idiot.
Yeah, you can join our Discord. The link to the invite in the description of the episode and on the main page of our podcast at birdbropod.com.
We're super spicy in there.
We're super spicy in there. But anyway, that's all for this week. See you next week for some Silver Spoon. And until then, us Bird Bros are flying out.
Caw-caw!